Okay, level 3 deals with the volume of the geometric solids that we've been talking about, the three-dimensional shapes. Volume is our last main topic, and that is identified or defined as the measure of how much space an object takes up. Okay, or in other words, it's the number of cubes that will fit inside the shape. So when we're talking three-dimensional, there's room inside to fill up, and that will tell me how much space that object is going to take up. When we measure volume, it's always in cubes, so cubic units. So whether those units are centimeters or meters, this is how you could write it, either cubic centimeters like this, or we use the little exponent of 3. And anytime you see that on a label, you'll know that that's talking about volume. Okay, now there's volume in boxes, but there's also what we call capacity, which would be liquid volume, which is just a little bit different approach. So we're just going to deal with solids and how to find the volume of those. So here's just some visual, and the next couple pages are just visuals, so we understand that a volume of a shape is how many cubes would fit into this. So this would be a rectangular prism, okay, or like a box. And if I wanted to know the volume is how many of these cubes would fit in there. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so on the bottom there's 8, and on the second row there's 8. So that one would have 16 cubic units. Since there's no label there, we just have cubic units, or you could write it units cubed. Okay, this one, they don't always have to come in nice, neat packages like this one over here, but you would just count the number of blocks that would fit inside this shape, assuming that there's some underneath there that we can't see. So in the bottom row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 on the bottom, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and the back row would be 18, 19, 20. So this one would have 20 cubic units. Okay. On the second page, I just wanted to make a comparison of area and volume. Okay, because it just seems like a lot of students get those mixed up. If you don't get them mixed up, perfect, move on. But measurement for area is in square units. Okay, so it's how many squares are going to fit into a space. And volume is how many cubes, just like this, how many cubes are going to fit into a space. So this is one-dimensional. It's like flat on paper. This is three-dimensional. It's got length and width and height to it. Okay, so if I'm going to come down here, this square is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. That leaves me 25 squares that are making up that space. And here I'm going to take a look. The volume, most people know this one on like a cube or on a box. Length times width times height. So this one would be 5 times 5 times 5. Which is 125. That's what I thought. Okay, so then on this last page, just challenge yourself a little bit. The first two obviously are pretty easy, but some of these you can assume that there are shapes, there are cubes underneath there. Nothing hidden is taken out if you can't see it behind. So just a little introduction to what volume is, and the next couple of shapes will show you the formulas of how to find that.